Inflammation is a relatively new area of research in cardiovascular sciences. Traditionally, for a long time, our focus has been on the traditional risk factors like lipids, hypertension, diabetes, smoking. But as we know that about 20% of the patients who suffer a cardiovascular event do not have any traditional or conventional risk factor, and about 43% of the patients have only one risk factor. So there are about 60% of the patients who are not very high risk according to the traditional criteria. So what we are doing is, now we are assessing the residual risk after controlling the traditional risk factors and trying to find out what are the other areas which can be targeted to control this epidemic of cardiovascular disease. Now, if you look at this slide, apart from the lipids, hypertension, diabetes, behavioral problems, thrombotic factors, and genetics, inflammation appears to be a new target for the cardiovascular science research. So, today I will discuss very briefly about the 2 points. Is there any clinical evidence that inflammatory markers predict future coronary events and provide additional information beyond traditional risk factors? And can we target inflammation for prevention of cardiovascular events, that is atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease? Now, one important research which has come up, one important molecule which has come up as a candidate for surrogate marker of the cardiovascular outcome is the high sensitivity CRP. CRP, as you know, is an acute phase reactant produced by the liver in response to the interleukins. And in contrast to standard CRP, high sensitive CRP assesses minor or normal levels and minor deviation from the normal levels within the normal range, and these levels will predict the future cardiovascular events. Now, how do HSCRP links the atherosclerosis? It may be a marker of subclinical atherosclerosis. It is a marker of insulin resistance and obesity, endothelial dysfunction, metabolic syndrome, and plaque vulnerability, unstable plaque. Now, reliably, CRP marks the future of it indicates the future coronary events in apparently healthy men. The people who do not have any traditional risk factors. Not only cardiac events, but in the stroke also, it has been proven to be very effective. Now, if you look at the traditional risk factors, if you assess only LDL cholesterol, it has got a low predictive value. If you assess only HDL, it has got a low predictive value. But if you assess high sensitive CRP and ratio of total cholesterol to HDL, there is a high likelihood that you will detect the future risk for coronary artery disease. It is also elevated in obesity. So, also in diabetes and metabolic syndrome, as we know, as the severity of metabolic syndrome increases, the level of the high sensitive CRP also increases. So, measurement of the CRP is an independent marker of the risk, and it may be used at the discretion of the physician as part of the global coronary risk assessment. Now, there are some drugs. In fact, in last 20 years, only few drugs have come up in the cardiovascular sciences which has been reliably shown to improve the survival. One is the ACE inhibitors, others is the statin. Statins have a very good effect on the CRPs. And as we have shown in this slide, long-term treatment of the statin therapy will decrease the high sensitive CRP levels. Now, we are looking for the other target molecules and other novel medicine which can give us inflammation as a marker, and it can be targeted. So, if you look at this slide, there are two main things. One is the LDL cholesterol and other is the monocyte. The interaction of these cells initiates the inflammatory cascade, which has been discussed earlier in the detail also. And the key areas are the nuclear factor KB pathway and kynurenine pathways. So if you can target these pathways, probably you can suppress the inflammation and prevent the cardiovascular events. Now, two drugs which have come up, one is the curcumin. Curcumin has got a very profound effect on the nuclear factor kappa B pathways, and it has got multiple sites of the action in this inflammatory pathway. It prevents activation of the nuclear factor, it prevents translocation of the nucleus, it prevents release of the inflammatory mediators, and curcumin's anti-inflammatory role in CAD has been summarized as it decreases the C-reactive proteins. So basically now our area of the focus is on the surrogate markers. It decreases the MI associated with the CABG. Periprocedural MI has been shown to be decreased with the use of curcumin. Significantly reduces the serum cholesterol levels, and it prevents the progression of the diabetic nephropathy by attenuating proteinuria. It also decreases fasting blood glucose levels, hemoglobin A1C, and insulin resistance index. Second area is the kynurenine pathway, and for this target we have a drug which is known as the hydroxyanthanilic acid. It also has got anti-atherosclerotic effects, and it decreases the LDL levels. It has also got multiple effects. 3-HA significantly decreases plasma lipids by 1/3 to 2/3 levels. It also reduces the infiltration of the CD4 cells in the atherosclerotic regions. So basically these two drugs will pacify the plaque. It will convert a hot plaque into the cool plaque. There are other drugs which are not much has been researched on this topic. So despite optimum therapy with the current drugs, we know that still 1/3 of the low risk individuals with 0 or 1 risk factors have been known to develop atherosclerotic disease. And if you can control the inflammation, it may help improve the cardiovascular outcomes, and this may also further reduce morbidity and mortality. So these are two promising candidates. Thank you.